So, thanks. I'm really enjoying your character this season, and I think it's because there's something unique about it where it's kind of a sad, like there's a sadness like in her eyes constantly in the episode. She refers back constantly to that person that gets purged, that it meant something. I already saw the first 3 episodes, but I'm not going to say what happened or whatever. I know too much, right? But do you think there's something in the past where even instead of violence against others, maybe it was violence against herself, like an attempted suicide or something like that? 'Cause that's the vibe I kind of get when I watch your character.
You're really perceptive. There's definitely not, there is sadness in her past, and we're going to get to see that, which is great. Something really traumatic happened to her family, and she was part of something really horrible, and she lost a sibling because of it. And she feels guilty, and she feels that she was not able to protect her sister when she had to. So that's why she knocks the doors of the NFFA. So the NFFA for Esme is almost like a figure, like a father figure for her. She was looking for help. She was looking for structure in her life, and she found the NFFA, and through the NFFA Surveillance Department, she feels that she can help people. She feels that she's helping people, and the NFFA Surveillance Department, what it does is like they have cameras all over the country, and they can actually see what you're doing, if you're committing a crime, and if not, they can protect you from whatever is happening. With evidence and whatnot, so it's like the eyes of the city. We know what's happening, and we can protect you. Well, at least that's what she feels that she's doing. She feels that she's doing something good for the community, for her country. In that way, she feels less guilty of what happened to her in her past.
It's actually interesting you say that because it's such a contrast. You bust that one guy in the premiere just over his foot, being with the horn, and how does that make you feel? Because really responsible instead of helping for kind of destroying his life in a way. But
I don't think Esme sees it that way. I feel that she's protecting people that are following the rules from people that are not. She believes firmly in the rules. So this guy, there are rules within the Purge. It's 12 hours. Once the clock hits 7:01, it's a crime. So you have to maintain there has to be limitations. So in her way of seeing stuff, she's protecting other people from this guy who's now a criminal because he's not following the rules. So, but then we're going to see how once she discovers the system is flawed, then all those people that she tagged are coming back to her, and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I feel responsible for all the things that I did, thinking that it was the right thing to do, and now she feels afterwards, she feels guilty and bad.
Unlike your coworker, you appear at the beginning to be like completely desensitized to the acts going on in the Purge, like the newcomer. And how does that make you feel, even reading that, in the script, that your character is kind of, gotten used to it?
I think that happens to us, I think that's life. We are desensitized. How do you say? We are say it with me, help
desensitized. I'm not even. It's fine. It's cool.
There has to be another word.
You can say it in your native language. You want to say it? Is that cheating?
That's cheating. Anyways, I'm going to start. I think that happens to us. We are used to watching so much violence in our televisions, on shows, on movies, where that when you see like a violent crime on TV, you're like, no, the first time you're like, oh my God, and then the second time you're like, oh, the third time you're like, whatever. So I feel that we are like that. We are so used to seeing blood and crimes, and it's different where you're actually. That's why Esme feels safe, because she's in a safe environment within the NFFA confines, and watching crimes through her monitor, so she feels safe. Once we see her there, then we know that, okay, well, maybe it's just so different. But I feel that it's a good reflection of how we are nowadays with violence. We have seen everything. There's nothing we haven't seen. I mean, let's be honest. We've seen everything, so we just don't react as much anymore.
Especially in the first 3 episodes, I couldn't believe how brutal they were.
Yeah.
It's like, it's on USA Network. It's like HBO level stuff. Did you feel that way? Like TV is going into an uncensored direction? I mean, people are cursing. Purging is going on.
I think that, I think in general, the violence that we see. The thing is, because we're so used to seeing violence, maybe we're immune to it, and maybe we want to see more, and we want to see more, and we want to see more. I think it's part of who we are, and it's part of, I don't know, life and the reflection. Also, like,
you remind me a lot of your character in real life. I'm serious. Really?
I am that. I think we're used to that violence, and of course because we're so immune to violence, we are capable of seeing more and more. Because, as if you're creating a show, you want to be able to shock.
Yeah.
And if you show the regular things that we're used to seeing, they're gonna see like, oh, I've seen that. So you have to come up. That's the work of the writers.
You're gonna be desensitized.
Yeah, to come up with like better ideas, like different ideas, something that we have never seen. It's so hard to find nowadays things that you have never seen. Like, be creative with murders and all that stuff.
Do you consider yourself a method actor? How do you approach each day, acting-wise? Do you have a ritual you've been using for years, or is it always a new day?
I'm definitely not a method actor. My ritual is knowing my lines and getting there on time. Like, I think I'm a really hard worker actor, and in a way that I always know my lines. I work a lot on my lines. I work a lot on the character, but I can be like kidding around, and then when they say action, I'm in it, and then they say cut, and then I'm kidding around again, because I feel that if not, I would be totally depressed. The reason I became an actor is because I was so like, I wanted to experience life's a different kind of lives, but not actually be. Like, I want to have your life, but I don't want to be you. So I want to have the option to get away.
Want to be in NFFA?
To escape,
Yeah.
And the fact that I can escape from my characters, that's great. I don't want to be in my characters all day and all night, because that would be scary for me.
No, I think it still comes across, at least now that I've met you, it feels like you really connected to the character. Like, there's definitely like a bond there, because it kind of seamless. Like, some of the ones I've spoken to, they're a little bit different than their on-screen character. But you remind me genuinely a lot. I don't know what you do in the rest of the season. I don't know if you go on some purging rampage, for all I know. But.
I think it's important to connect. I think the things that connect me to her is she's vulnerable. And there's, like you saw, there's pain, there's sadness, and I think we all have pain, we all have sadness. My work as an actor is to connect with that, to show that I have pain, that I have sadness, that I have all those things that I have fears, hatred, everything that we all have, because the Purge is about that human nature that we all are, that the evil, the dark and the light. So I think human beings are that, light and darkness, and I like to connect to that dark, sad place when I get to work as an actor, because that's almost like my therapy. That's how I feel that I am becoming like a better human being through acting.